All right, welcome back to the channel, and today we are doing one of our first road trip series where we are driving out of town of where I normally live and doing some filming on a course here. So we are at Zanesville Disc Golf course, Zane State College here. It's in Zanesville, Ohio, which is kind of in between Columbus and Pittsburgh, where I'm heading to Pittsburgh. So not sure what this course is all about, but we'll hop out here and play it around, just have some fun. All right, so hole one is a 256 par 3, right up in between those trees. I'm gonna fix my knee brace here. And it should just be a simple resistor forehand. It's looking all right. I think that's pretty much parked. All right, that's simple enough. That is parked. Let's move on to hole two. All right, hole two is a 218-foot par 3. As soon as it's clear, we'll throw probably a proxy here. That'll leave me a little bit of a long putt. That'll be okay. Let the wind block us. Hole three is a par 3, 358 out here. I don't know what is going on in Zanesville. Well, we're about to lay up and just move through this hole because she is clearly oblivious that anyone else exists. So what we gotta do, we just gotta throw it out to the right to make sure we don't hit someone that's just gonna stand on the... Take a 3 real quick. Move on to hole 4. All right, hole 4 doesn't have a tee pad. It says 265 out there. Needed more turn on that, but would rather err to the left than to the right. Maybe only 18 foot. So a little closer than I originally thought. And still managed to miss it. Hole 5, 232 straight out in front. We'll go with a putter. Maybe proxy again. See if we can get it to drift. Just need it to fade. Need it to fade. I threw it way too hard, way too right, which would be nice. Proxy and Watt, 2 feet from each other. Oh, just sailed on me. Behind the camera putt. All right, I'm gonna try to use this stop sign to block out the sun. Hole 6, right there in front of us, 152. So if there was ever a putt ace, this is it. My gosh, it's blinding. We'll go Koi. That's too much. Jesus, I can't see because of the sun. I was yanked. Hole I've ever played in my life, and I've got a 30-footer for birdie. Insert excuses here. It felt good. It's always player 2, isn't it? 216. And throw the right disc, go with the tempo. Something that's stable and not going to burn over. Tempo, oh, that's short. Can't believe I left this that short. It's only 216. Oh, it's almost in. Basically center frame there. It's gonna be a fun shot around one of the campus buildings. Says 222. 222, need a hyzer. That's a pyro play. Nice and high, give it time to fade. And I threw it into the tree. Going nice and high like that, but I was wrong. See if we can make a circle 2 putt though. Oh man, it's just a little high. Well, at least it'll be an easy comeback putt. So this part of the course is pretty cool. I was a little underwhelmed through the first 7 holes because they were overlapping each other quite a bit. But if it goes back through here, it should be pretty nice. All right, hole 9. It's a fun little hole right there. If I've ever seen a hole say elevation koi, this is the one. Or we just yank it right into the tree. And it got knocked down. See if we can make a bag putt. And we'll just rim that one out and keep taking 3s. Couldn't even get in circle 1 of a 140-foot hole. But we'll try a tempo here. This is only 218. Problem is we got to worry about not throwing it on top of the campus. See if we can throw high. How you doing? Do you need to come through? Do you need to come through? Okay, thanks. It's a little left. Well, I said in my review that the tempo was an entropy, and they are sitting here 4 inches apart. Can we make 1 putt today? Just 1. Center on 1 chain. Focus and release. Hey, a birdie on a course that has 20 150-foot holes. All right, hole 11. It's only 168. All right, so let's take the smart play with the tempo, and we'll go spike hyzer right over the top of this. I'm gonna caution to the right side so I don't throw it on top of the school. I think that's pretty close. That would suck. That is definitely a disc hazard of being lost. Tempo left me a little 15-footer. I'm throwing shorter today than expected. That's okay. This one should be makeable. Hole 12 is a cheeky 192-footer right over the set of 3 bushes out in front of the camera. We're actually doing entropy out on forehand because I want that extra fade. Get around the bush. Oh, that was looking really good. All right, and the entropy set us up here with a decent putt. I'm going to use my orange putter, which used to be my main putter, but it's become my throwing koi lately. Short, just short. I just needed another inch to get over that rim. I knew at the moment it came out of my hand it was short. To skip hole 13, 277 par 3, but the course is being used for other stuff, so we'll move right along. 14 that we skipped over to because there's a softball game going on. 161, which that looks like it's 161. The thing that's confused me is the sign showing a curvature to the right, and this is just straight, but I think that has to be it. I don't see anything on the right. Just big hyzer, big hyzer. That might be deep. That's definitely deep. Jeez. I don't know, 25, 30 footer. I honestly thought it went deeper than that, but it did not. Hole 15 is a par 3, 254 feet straight out there. This will be a fun shot. I think that we can call on the Rebirth Envy to fade right up to it, right over the bird box. That's looking good. Just drop, drop. Is that short? There's no way that's short. From tee pad, it looked a little short. but a little 8-footer we can handle. Hole 16 is very interesting. It's the shortest hole in the course, I would imagine. 135, it's almost a jump putt right there. It's still too high. It's still crushed. It's still in the deep stuff out back. Hopefully no poison ivy. At least we can make the putt. Because if you don't birdie a 135-foot hole, I don't know what you're doing with your life. 17 here, 158 foot straight out. Koi boys, you gotta try not to sky this and just hyzer it low. That's lower. It's still too much power. What are we doing with our lives? I'm too focused on the tick situation. Hole 18, 175 foot, like I said. Maybe since I've been overthrowing everything today, this one might come in at the right distance. Softball's done, so hole 13's open now. Just need that to stable up. All right, that's parked. A little bit too much height, I think was its only problem, or it could have been in. Let's pick all this up and we'll talk about the course on the way back to the truck. All right, so since we have a decent walk back to the truck here from hole 18, it's honestly probably about, I don't know, maybe a third of a mile walk back. We'll talk about the course while we're walking back here. And we're just gonna use the U-Disc system. So here we are, Zane State College. First time I've ever played it. What are my ratings? For upkeep on a scale of 1 to 5, I'm gonna say it's 4. It's well maintained more than most courses. I think with it being on a college campus, they actively upkeep all the greens because you're playing on the actual campus property. It's not like it's out in a park. So yeah, 4 there. Shot variety and design. Honestly, I'm gonna give it a 2. And it's not relative to the type of course, it's just in general, because I think the shot design and layout is perfect for a college campus. You don't want a bunch of bomber holes. It's better for it to be on a campus like this and be a pitch and putt course where not regular disc golfers are going to have the availability to play it. Tee areas, we're also going to give that a 2 because there were quite a few tees that didn't have an actual tee area, and I can't give you a good rating if you're missing tees. But all in all, due to the distance required on a lot of the shots, the tees weren't a problem, but we'll give it a 2. Signage and wayfinding. The signage was pretty good. Wayfinding was easy. I didn't have to use I used U-Disc a couple times in the beginning, but once I had noticed to start looking at areas on the sign, and especially on the basket where it has a little arrow pointing to the next tee, was simple enough. So we'll give it a solid 3. Amenities. I'm gonna have to give it a 1 just because I think there are bathrooms over by the softball course, but not sure. Scenery and view, I'm gonna give it a 4 actually. It's really nice around here. If I swing it around and you see back over here in front of my truck where I'm parked, I don't know if you can tell on the camera here, but a lot of hills. We're out in the eastern hills of Ohio. So the course was actually pretty nice scenery wise. Course info and accuracy. I'll say it was 4 and I'm gonna give it a 3. I'll give it a 3.5 star rating overall. I try to think if this course were near me, if it was a 10-minute drive, what would be my willingness to go out of the way and play it? And it wouldn't be very much, just because they were such short, simple shots. Unless I want to go out and play a putter only round, or like this is very similar, actually shorter than Huber Heights, where I usually film all my disc reviews and stuff like that at home. It would be great for that. So I would use it all the time for that. But for a normal round, this would be one of those courses like it's, we haven't played that in a few months. Let's go play that. Outside of that, nothing special. I thought it was going to be a little bit better when I was looking it up, but I was also driving on my way to Pittsburgh and couldn't really stare at my phone. But I'm not disappointed that I played it. It was fun to play. Would I play it again? if I happen to be in the area for some reason, if I'm driving out to Pittsburgh again. I probably won't, just because I would rather check out a course that I haven't seen. There's nothing special about this one that attracts me to it. But if I happen to be in the area for something and I'm looking for something that's comfortable and like I know the layout now that I've played it once, I think it'd be a great course. But that's it. That's the first stop on my road trip series this weekend. So tomorrow is Saturday. I got some games to play for roller derby, so I'm not sure what my timing will be like, or when these videos will even go up. But I do plan on playing at least 2 courses in the Pittsburgh area and filming those. So we'll see on those. And occasionally play roller derby, which I don't know why I let myself get talked into doing something that I don't want. I literally have zero interest in playing roller derby, but I like my friends, and if I have to put up with playing roller derby for a little bit to see them, that's what we got to do. All right, I've talked enough. See you in the next one.